Sources tell NewsNation that the shooter who killed an ICE detainee and critically injured two others is 29-year-old Joshua John. He died after turning his gun on himself. He was from Collin County, Texas, and had previous arrests for possession of drug paraphernalia and dealing marijuana. This mugshot you're looking at is from one of those arrests back in 2015. Now, just before 7 a.m. in Texas, officials say the shooter got on the roof of a nearby building and started firing indiscriminately with a rifle at that ICE Dallas field office. You can see bullet holes right here. You see it in a window and a glass display showing the American flag. He also fired at a van where those three victims were shot. No law enforcement agents were injured in this attack. FBI Director Kash Patel shared this photo of unused bullets from the scene. If you look closely, one of them has a written message on it, reading anti-ICE. The FBI highlighted that today, as they said they're investigating this as a targeted attack.
I can confirm at this time that the FBI is investigating this incident as an act of targeted violence. What I can also share with you is that early evidence that we've seen from rounds that were found near the suspected shooter contain messages that are anti-ICE in nature.
Now, President Trump responded to the shooting just hours ago. He wrote this on Truth Social. It reads in part, "It has now been revealed the deranged shooter wrote anti-ICE on his shell casings. This is despicable. The brave men and women of ICE are just trying to do their jobs and remove the worst of the worst criminals out of our country. But they are facing an unprecedented increase in threats, violence, and attacks by deranged radical leftists," end quote. And following comments from Texas Republican Senator Ted Cruz today, that political violence needs to stop. Vice President J.D. Vance told our NewsNation reporter Rashad Hudson that we need to tone down the rhetoric. Here's what he said.
I'd encourage everybody to really tone down the rhetoric when it comes particularly to our law enforcement and our ICE agents. These are people who are enforcing the law as it's written by Congress and as instructed by the President of the United States. The fact that they've become such a target of online, social media, and even political harassment, I think, thank God most people don't intend to do them harm. But as we find out today, some people do intend to do them harm, and they'll act on it.
Let's go right to NewsNation's Brian Entin. He's live on the scene for us in Dallas. Good evening, Brian. What more are you learning tonight?
Yeah, good evening, Hannah. What a terrible, terrible situation that unfolded here at the ICE office in Dallas right behind me. Right now, you've got a ton of investigators who are out here trying to figure out how the shooter was able to get up onto this building, which is right behind the ICE building, get up onto the roof, get into position about 450 feet away from the back entrance, the Sally Port, where he had a direct line of sight when that ICE van pulled in. And they say that he started shooting indiscriminately. And indiscriminately is an important word here because some of this just doesn't make a lot of sense, Hannah. On the bullets were found up on the roof near where the sniper was positioned, where he took his own life. But on one of those bullets, you mentioned it, it said anti-ICE. So the motive seemed to be anti-ICE, but he ended up shooting three ICE detainees, three migrants. One of them was killed. We know one of them is in critical condition. Another was injured, but none of the ICE officers were hurt. So apparently he was just shooting all over the place. Maybe was trying to shoot the ICE officers, but ended up shooting the migrants. There's these pictures, Hannah, which are really, really disturbing of the windows of the ICE building, where you can see some of the shots actually went through the windows, could have easily injured one of the ICE agents inside. Luckily, none of them were hurt inside. And there's even a bullet hole that went through an American flag that is up on the wall inside the ICE office. So this could have been so much worse. It sounds like this guy was just shooting all over the place. This ICE facility has had issues before. Even just last month, the FBI told us today that there was this bomb threat here. There was a guy who showed up, claimed to have a detonator on his wrist. Luckily, there was no bomb. He ended up getting arrested, but they've had their fair share of issues at this facility just over the last couple of months. Hannah?
Brian, I see the police presence behind you. You showed us the pictures of the gunfire. I'm curious, what are people on the ground saying, knowing that this facility has been targeted yet again?
I think people are on edge right now. You can't see from the vantage point where we are, but the building right behind the ICE facility that the shooter got up on top of, there's FBI agents up there right now. I was just walking around the back side of it, still, again, trying to figure out how he was able to get up on top of that building and still continuing to go through evidence. That's where his body was discovered. It's a brutal scene right there up on the roof.
Yeah, we know this is a fluid investigation. Brian Entin, thank you for that update.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.